Chiefs and Broncos, and every single week, Dan Orlovsky, Patrick Mahomes does something we've never seen anyone do before.
So he escapes to the right. Right now he peeks back, stiff arms, then underhand flips.
Luka!
Hey, dude, every quarterback in the history of football has been yelled at for trying to make that play. It ends up in a touchdown for Patrick.
It's Luka Doncic,
It's
right?
Luka. Listen, this is down the lane. We got a trailer. We're going to flip it over our shoulder. That's a great play.
No, it's 13-0, and then Russell Wilson, and this is not what he has in mind.
Not Luka.
That's Willie Gay.
No.
Dan, it was 27-0 Kansas City in the second quarter.
Absolutely shellacking early on in this game by Kansas City. Incredibly athletic play by Willie Gay.
Crazy.
And I mean, give some credit, however, to the Broncos and company. They come back. They're down 27-7, and now this is an interception. It all originally ruled incomplete, but
Great play by Surtain.
they challenge it, and it is an interception. Now they get another chance, and Jerry Jeudy, before the half, they're back in the game.
Jerry Jeudy had himself a ball game. Nice job by Russell, kind of hanging in down in the red zone to make something out there, kick it to the sideline.
RC, where has this offense been? Opening drive of the second half, Marlon Mack, 66 yards.
Listen, this is such an explosive play. You get the football to your running back, Marlon Mack, in the open field. He explodes through a stiff arm to get out. And this is Kansas City Chiefs not playing great defense, which we've seen from this team throughout the season.
Look, and Russell's excited.
Get fired up, Russ.
I see you.
Remember that thing I said about Mahomes doing things no one else has ever done? What is this? Right? It's a circus. And the man is whistling.
Unreal.
It's just unreal. So the Chiefs are up 13 now, 12 minutes to go. Russell Wilson in what was by far his best game as a Bronco. Rex, how about the way his head goes down at the end?
It's just terrible to watch because Russell's finally getting something going, and, like he's the old Russell. And this happens.
Yeah, he goes in the tent. You take a look at what comes up on his forehead there. So he's being looked at for a concussion. He comes out. In comes Brett Rippon. And you know what? 4th and goal. Jerry Jeudy. They're right in the game.
Yeah, great read. Sees the backside safety come down on the tight end. The in the back of the end zone's right there. Great throw.
So give the Broncos some credit, at least, on a day where their fans were, I'm sure, ready to give up.
Get down, ball.
But in the end,
get down, ball. Find a way to the ground.
That's
the worst.
Fair catch there on the pick by L'Jarius Sneed, and the Chiefs, in an unfriendly rivalry, wind up getting the win. So we were underwhelmed earlier with the Dallas Cowboys, who found a way to win against a bad team in Houston. Are we underwhelmed? Did you see things that look like trouble to you in Kansas City?
Yeah, like we have seen all year, that pass defense. I mean, when I look at Kansas City, they've given up 28 passing touchdowns.
Is that good?
That's by far and away the worst in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's like, we got nothing to worry about. Yes, you do. Your defense stinks. And I'm sorry, but to say, Patrick Mahomes, this is the favorite to win the – no, they're not. Eventually, you have to play defense. There's two sides of it, unfortunately, for Kansas City.
I don't see that. When I saw the score of the game, I was like, uh-oh. But then when I watched the game, I'm just sitting there going, well, Chris Jones made some plays. Donna made some plays. Willie Gay made some plays. I actually think I was very impressed by the Chiefs overall. Their multiple tight end use, they'll run the football. Patrick played good except for 2 dumb decisions or 2 kind of silly, reckless decisions when they were up, I think, 27-0. Now, they put their defense on an island all the time, but that's who they are.
Tori picked you, didn't she?
Tori?
What's that? Wait, meaning what?
Tiffany, I'm sorry, Tiffany.
What you mean?
She picked you, right, huh?
What do you mean?
Because you have terrible taste. So there's no way you got that right. Right? There's no way you walked up to your old lady wherever you met her and you picked her and you shot your shot. She clearly saw something in you and she picked you and you just acquiesced to it. Because if you watch the Kansas City Chiefs, yesterday, and you say to yourself, you don't see a problem, the quarterback has to do everything. If the quarterback is not great, this team can't win. When Patrick Mahomes has a couple of interceptions that he throws, and it's some good plays by the Denver defense, they can't cover anybody. And I know they have 2 rookies on the outside, but Steve Spagnuolo doesn't help them at all. He don't do nothing for them. He say, we're going to let you go out there. And it's the Denver Broncos. When this game was 27-0, I said to myself, it was 14-0. I was going to cut the TV off.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there is no reason for me to watch this because I know the Denver Broncos can't score 15. And they end up making this a game. If Patrick Mahomes is not dang near perfect, The Kansas City Chiefs can't win a Super Bowl.
I see it the complete opposite. I actually think that this team is so much more, at least offensively, complete than they were last year. The multiple tight ends, Pacheco running the football, that is a big difference. They can run you out of shell. They can RPO you out of shell. They can screen you out of shell. That's not...
Offense is very good. Offense is very good.
But it's not just the quarterback. I agree, but here's my pushback with the defense. I think Patrick put the defense in a bad situation yesterday with his 2 turnovers.
Agreed.
The screen they called perfectly by Denver because it hits against the pressure. But here's, like, this offense is so good and has the ability to be so ball control and/or explosive. Defensively, they're sitting there going, we just want to create a takeaway or two, and we'll win the game. I think that's their philosophy. Yeah. But their defense has always been this way.
That's what I mean. It'd be so easy to call defenses like this. You go home at 5 o'clock, no one, but it's showing up, and it's showing up. And you got to do something.
But you think it's going to keep them out of the Super Bowl?
Like this? Yes, absolutely. Look, are they going to beat the Bengals? No, they can't stop them. There's no chance. They don't match you.
How about the Bills?
They're not going to beat the Bills. We've already seen them get beat by both those teams. Guess what? They should have got beat by the Titans with Malik Willis, who should have been playing college football, not the NFL.
Here's the thing. So we have now talked about Buffalo. We've talked about Kansas City. And there's a thread of commonality in the conversations. We're talking about just how much they depend on the quarterback, right? Yeah. Josh Allen has to do everything for Buffalo, and Patrick has to do everything for Kansas City. At least I feel like that's what you've just said. Maybe what has emerged, we haven't shown it to you yet, but you saw what happened yesterday. Maybe the Bengals are the most complete team in the
Bengals,
AFC.
I'm going to say this, and I was very nice to Bills Mafia earlier, and now they're going to kill me. There's only one quarterback in the AFC I take over Joe Burrow, and that's Patrick Mahomes, and it's a very slight margin. I said it last week. I like Cincinnati. Cincinnati yesterday had Jamar Chase, Mike Greenberg, and Dan Orlovsky at receiver. And I'm not just talking about because y'all had the same pigment. That's the way they were playing. And they were not stopped. He made every throw he needed to make against a team that has historically had his number.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is different, and he's different here, and he's different here, and it's showing up on the field. This team is going, right now, if I had to pick, this is the team I picked to represent the AFC in the championship.
I don't disagree with that at all. I think that Buffalo has the best defense out of the group. Yep. Cincinnati's not that far off. Kansas City definitely out of those 3 teams has the worst defense. But Kansas City, I think, has the most reliable personnel and run game offensively. I'm telling everyone, that Kansas City run game is completely different than it was a year ago.
Yeah, I trust the Bengals run game more than I would Kansas City's, because
really?
I know, yes, and the reason I say that, I know they're going to run it. Where I don't believe Kansas City, they get in the thing where we're just going to let Patrick throw it all the time.
He's so good. I get it. I want to do it too. Hey, it's like iso ball, Patrick.
But
the Bengals haven't won that division yet, and it's not going to be easy.